India and China begin disengagement on LAC after talks between NSA Ajit Doval and Chinese Foreign Minister. COVID recovery rate rises to 61.13% in the country. Active cases rises to over 2,59,000. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal directs forest officials to take necessary steps to upgrade Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary into a national park. Overall flood situation in 16 districts of Assam starts to improve. And the result of HSSLC examinations 2020 streams conducted by Meghalaya Board of Secondary Education to be declared on July 9 next. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ashutosh Sharma, now with the details. India and China have begun a long process of disengagement in eastern Ladakh after National Security Advisor Ajit Doval spoke to Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi on Sunday evening. The conversation finalized the disengagement in eastern Ladakh and de-escalation along LAC. The External Affairs Ministry said that the two special representatives should have agreed that both the sides should take guidance from the consensus of the leaders that maintenance of peace and tranquility in India-China border area was essential for the further development of bilateral relations. They agreed that it was necessary to ensure at the earliest to complete disengagement of the troops along the LAC and de-escalation from India-China borders areas for full restoration of peace and tranquility. The two sides should also ensure a phased and stepwise de-escalation in the India-China border areas. Government today said a total of 4,39,947 people have recovered from COVID-19 so far, and the recovery rate has improved to 61.13% in the country. In the past 24 hours alone, 15,514 people have recovered. Health and Family Welfare said that a total of 22,252 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in the country during the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 7,19,665. In a single day, 467 deaths were reported, taking the nationwide toll to 20,160. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 2,59,557. Meanwhile, Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR said that a total of 2,41,430 samples of coronavirus samples were conducted by various laboratories in the country in the last 24 hours. So far, 1,211,092 tests have been conducted. Health Minister of Assam Himanta Biswa Sharma tweeted regarding COVID-19 situation in Assam at 11:49 p.m. on Monday, July 6, 2020. The minister mentioned that 786 new cases were detected in Assam that day, with 598 cases from Guwahati city alone. The total number of COVID positive cases are 12,522, recovered cases total up to 7,882, active cases reached 4,623 and 14 have died. Sharma tweeted that Assam is fast moving towards the 5 lakh testing mark. The testing figures reached 4,71,221 today. He said, and I quote, "Together we have to win this battle, and targeted tracking and testing forms the core of our strategy." Lockdown in the state capital of Itanagar region continues since last evening in Arunachal Pradesh. Strict vigilance is being maintained on main streets and market areas. Police and parliamentary forces are deployed at various checkpoints in the capital region. District administration has appealed to the people to follow the SOPs. Health and other essential services are on while most of the government and private institutions remain closed. Meanwhile, one more patient died due to COVID-19. However, the health department says that the patient was suffering from chronic kidney problem, and total 2 patients have died due to COVID-19 till date. Currently, there are 176 active cases in the state so far. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal yesterday held a meeting with the officials of Forest Department at Brahmaputra State Guest House. In the meeting, he directed the officials to take necessary steps to upgrade the Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary into a national park. In order to expedite the process of upgrading Dihing Patkai into a national park, the minister directed the Forest Department to prepare a draft notification and hold public hearings to take the views of local dwellers residing around the Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary and instructed officials to prepare action plans for preserving the adjoining areas of the wildlife sanctuary and include the opinions of the public in the adjoining areas in the draft action plan. Sonowal reiterated the state government's commitment to preserve the national resources and environment of the state and highlighted Dihing Patkai's role in maintaining forest cover in Assam. In Assam, the overall flood situation started to improve with receding of water levels in most of the major rivers, including the Brahmaputra. However, the Brahmaputra river is flowing above the danger level at Nimatighat and Dhubri. Tributaries Disang, Jia Bharali and Kapili are also flowing above the danger level. According to official sources, 16 districts of the state are still reeling under flood water affecting over 5,500 villages. 38 people have so far lost their lives in this latest flood of the state. NDRF and SDRF personnel are being pressed into service for rescue works in the flood affected areas in the state. In Meghalaya, the result of HSSLC Examinations 2020 Science, Commerce and Vocational Streams conducted by Meghalaya Board of Secondary Education MBOS will be declared on July 9th next. A press release from the Controller of Examination MBOS said that the result booklets of the examination has been discontinued and the whole result can be downloaded from the MBOS website www.mbos.in. The University Grants Commission has revisited its earlier guidelines related to university examinations. In view of the safety, career progression and placements of the students and their larger interests, UGC has decided that intermediate semester students will be evaluated based on internal assessments as per earlier guidelines issued. UGC has also decided that the evaluation of terminal semester students will be conducted by the end of September 2020, following the guidelines laid down by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for COVID-19. According to the guidelines, final year students having backlog should compulsorily be evaluated by conducting examinations offline, online or blended mode as per feasibility and suitability. In case a student of final year is unable to appear in the examination, the candidate may be given the opportunity to appear in special examinations. This shall be applicable only for the current academic year 2019-2020 as a one-time measure. Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting Prakash Javadekar today said COVID-19 pandemic has forced people to think of new ways to communicate. Addressing the inaugural session of FICCI Frames 2020, Mr. Javadekar said government is coming up with SOPs for shooting films in India in the light of the pandemic. To further accelerate the restart of filmmaking that has come to a standstill, the minister said the government is coming up with incentives of production in all sectors including TV, serials, animation and gaming. The minister informed these measures will be announced soon. He said the importance of Indian media and entertainment sector cannot be stressed enough and added that the sector generates millions of jobs.
Origination and ownership. And the government of India stands shoulder to shoulder with the industry in achieving all this.
The Governor of Arunachal Pradesh, Brigadier Retired Dr. B.D. Mishra and Chief Minister Shri Pema Khandu co-chaired a meeting with the members of the Arunachal Pradesh Public Service Commission and senior officers of the state government at Raj Bhavan, Itanagar on 7 July 2020. They reviewed the ongoing preparation for the forthcoming APPSC Combined Competitive Services Examination. The Governor said that the Public Service Commission is a critical institution which instills the sense of transparency and fair play amongst the aspiring youth for the state civil, police and other services competitive examinations. APPSC is the only institute which provides officers good administration and governance and assists the political leadership in ensuring the welfare and well-being of the people. The Northeast Frontier Railway is making special arrangements to counter the spread of COVID-19. The passenger trains are being thoroughly sanitized. Likewise, adequate arrangements are being made to sanitize its goods trains too. Here is a bite by Senior Divisional Mechanical Engineer of Northeast Frontier Railway, Amarnath Jha.
पैसेंजर ट्रेन सैनिटाइजर कर रहा है, लेकिन आदमी लोग पता नहीं है जो आपका वागन भी सैनिटाइजर होता है। इंजन भी सैनिटाइजर होता है, आपका गार्ड वैन भी सैनिटाइजर होता है, गार्ड को भी सैनिटाइजर करता है और ड्राइवर भी सैनिटाइजर होता है। उसके बाद वो लोग ड्राइवर लोग को गाड़ी चलाने की अनुमति देना पड़ता है।
ये हमने तो ये हमारा वैगन मेंटेनेंस डिपो है, यहाँ हम वैगन मेंटेन करते हैं, एग्जामिनेशन करते हैं यार्ड में। जब अनलोड हो जाता है उसके बाद हम फिर से इसको यात्रा शुरू करने से पहले उसका हम मेंटेनेंस करते हैं। तो मेंटेनेंस करने के समय जो ज़्यादा खराब हो जाती है गाड़ियाँ, उसको मैं यहाँ पर लाता हूँ डिपो में और उसको थोड़ा इसका ये चेक करते हैं, ओवरहॉलिंग करते हैं।
The second day of the Bedian Klang festival was celebrated today by performing rituals following SOPs issued by the government in view of the pandemic. The festival began early in the morning with rituals such as Knya Aitnar at CM Aitnar under the supervision of Doloi along with his Wasans. Rituals were performed in the presence of selected members of the clan and localities. Residents celebrated the festival as they danced at their houses carrying miniature replicas of the Dian Klang. Different localities at the Yung Wale or community halls offered prayers at the Almighty God Utret Kirot. Later in the day, 4 selected members from the localities assembled at Minkoi Pirdi Longphea for a small gathering which was followed by a prayer Ka Suit Ka Chur by the Ni from Dorbar Chnong Pep Pale. After the gathering at Minkoi Pirdi Longphea, the selected members proceeded towards Lomusiang, where normally the Dian Klang are kept, and was followed by a prayer, and later they returned back to their own respective localities. Former Deputy Director General of Guwahati Doordarshan Kendra S.T. Silo passed away in Aizawl this afternoon at the age of 76. Silo was born on April 20th, 1944 in Aizawl district. In 1976, he joined as a producer at All India Radio Aizawl. Later on, he became the director of Doordarshan Kendra at Aizawl. He later joined Doordarshan Guwahati Kendra as director and thereafter retired from the same station as Deputy Director General. His funeral ceremony will be conducted in Aizawl at 10 a.m. tomorrow. To end the news, the headlines once again. India and China begin disengagement on LAC after talks between NSA Ajit Doval and Chinese Foreign Minister. COVID recovery rate rises to 61.13% in the country. Active cases rises to over 2,59,000. Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal directs forest officials to take necessary steps to upgrade Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary into a national park. Overall flood situation in 16 districts of Assam starts to improve. And the results of HSSLC examination 2020 streams conducted by Meghalaya Board of Secondary Education to be declared on July 9 next. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.